Okay, this is the demise of my hive video. I don't know if you can tell. I'm using the macro on my camera here, but if you look right in the center of the screen, you'll see a cell. Well, first of all, you'll see a larvae there, and just below to the right of the larvae, you'll see a cell with a little white on the left, bottom kind of 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That is an egg, and that's an egg laid by a laying worker. You can tell because it's on the side of the cell and not standing up straight. And whereas a queen will lay them right in the middle and they'll stand up straight. It's like a really, really small piece of corn. Of rice. I've marked some other cells here that I've kind of damaged the side of the cell so you can be able to see which ones have eggs in them. So we do have larvae here, but these are drone larvae being laid by worker bees. This hive is dead as far as a queen. I have been putting in really good larvae and eggs from the strong hive I have, but the workers are still laying eggs, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm done stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, and we're just going to let this hive die here. So you also notice that there's a very sporadic pattern here as far as laying eggs. So this isn't going to work out. I'm going to take this hive here and combine it with the other hive. Since I'm going to be taking brood frames from this weak hive and putting it back into the original hive I took it out of, I'm going to go ahead and smoke the bees, kind of calm them down. Then what I'm going to do is take the good brood frames, put it over there, sweep all the bees off the bees in this hive, just sweep them out on the grass, and then they will migrate over to this hive and either be accepted or not. This new strong hive has a very good queen, and they will not allow any working bees over here that are laying to lay eggs over here. They just won't allow it. If there are any eggs that they don't like in here or larvae, and when I put them over here, they'll kill those larvae or eggs. So I'll end up with a very strong hive, which I have right now. This will also give me an opportunity to clean this hive out and refinish it. You notice here that my really pretty varnish stain has come off with the weather, and so while I get this hive cleaned up for the winter, and before I buy another nuke from bewild.com, the reeds, I'll just get this cleaned up and revarnished and restained. So I also have some honey in here, and I'll just go ahead and extract this honey. I actually have quite a bit of honey over here, so I may extract honey from over there too, so to give them some room, so when the flow comes on, they will have plenty of honey. They've got honey down here, and they've got honey down here, and they've got honey up here. So there's plenty of honey in there for the bees, so they'll have lots of room to grow. I'll take any frames I have in here that are polled. When I say polled, I mean that have like this frame here. This frame is a plastic frame, and it is polled. You can see that it has wax polled all the way on the combs, versus maybe another frame. I don't know if I have one here. See, this is non-polled here, and then this is polled over here. So if I've got any frames in this strong hive down in the brood box that hasn't been polled with comb, then I'll exchange it for polled over here. So anyway, I'm taking the best I have over here and putting it over here to strengthen this hive. That way the queen will have plenty of polled comb to lay eggs on and build up that hive over there. So at this point, I've done everything I can to help this hive. If I don't do what I'm doing right now, they'll just end up being, slowly dying, and really what they're doing is they're killing their own hive, because all they're doing is laying drone eggs, and all drones do at this point is just eat the food. So we don't want to get in that vicious circle. So by sweeping all the bees out of here, allowing them to go over here. That gives them a chance to get into a strong hive where they have, and they'll assimilate well. They'll have plenty of food and sisters to help, and it'll be a good thing for everybody. Okay, I've got that hive taken care of. I've got 2 more frames here from the old hive to put away. The bees are, really confused. They're looking for a place to go home, and their home is gone. So they're kind of hard to get rid of. I am using a smoker and a fan. I'll show you here in a second. But what I've done is I took the supers that didn't have any honey, or that was completely capped with honey in the brood and also in the honey supers, and took those away from the bees. The brood box down here has probably 2 full frames of honey. This here is almost all completely full of honey. This one here has all hulled comb. So if they want to expand and put some more honey in there, they can. But I've been slowly, brushing them off with the brush, spraying them with the smoker, getting them off, and walking across my backyard over to the other side. So I'll just walk over to give you an idea of the distance I've been walking. So I brush them off and then bring them over here. And what I found has been helpful somewhat is to have a fan, and that kind of blows them off. And then I've got my top cover here so that they can't get back inside. And I'll just show you real quickly. I've got a bee trap that the bees can go out of, but they can't get back in. Oh, I just let a whole bunch of bees in. Show you that. But anyway, the idea is some will get in there, and then they will find their way out, and they won't be able to get back in. So I'm trying to migrate them all from the new hive and trying to just empty out all the bees from here. I'm down to the last frame here. You can see the bees are very interested in staying home. But I'm just going to have to shake them off and let them find a new home here. Now there has been some fighting already between the 2 hives, but that's to be expected. So that's the way it goes. But I got to get these girls off and put them in the box to get all the bees out. I am doing this during the middle of the day. It's probably 10, 11, 12 o'clock. I don't know, I've lost time here. But looks like there's a lot of bees here. And I'm doing this during the middle of the day because that's when the kids are at school, the neighbors are at work. So, but if I step back, we take a look here, you don't see any bees in the air. They're just interested in staying home and taking care of the family. So it does look like there's a lot, but they're all staying right here where they belong, not bothering anybody at all. I guess the upside of a demise of a hive, if there can be such, is I do have a harvest this year. I've got an entire super full of honey. Most of them look like this. So I'm going to enjoy the honey. Sorry that the girls lost their queen. I don't know if I was at fault for that or if it was just nature, but this is what I had to do to help the hive as much as I can. So I've learned a lot from this, trying to requeen, figuring out when to give up, and that there is a harvest. Actually, it's a pretty good harvest here. Those are pretty full down there. So that's where I am with the requeening and the demise of my hive. The next video, it's going to have to be honey extraction. just touching on another subject, if you have any idea, recommendations what I can use to wash my leather gloves with, they're really getting sticky with all that, I forget what it's called, populus or whatever it is, and any door knobs I touch and so forth, it transfers it. So if you have any recommendations what I can use to wash these so that the leather doesn't dry out, but I can get rid of this stickiness on it, I'd appreciate it. Just comment below. Thanks.